How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Human Echoes bonus podcast for Extra Life 2016. Today, I'm joined by Kevin Veldman.
Hey, everybody.
From Comic News, Joseph Devon from Human Echoes, and soon-to-be Albert Berg whenever he finds his way through the child-infested woods to get back here.
It says our frame rate is too high.
Too high, huh? That's
we look and sound fine on YouTube itself, so
yeah,
it might
just
just
say we look good. Oh, I don't look good. You guys look fine.
Yeah, this is a very large view of...
It's like, oh, look at my crooked teeth. Stare into the depths of my deviated septum. There's Albert. I can see Al. I'm not sure I can hear Albert yet.
I can't hear Albert.
Albert's microphone.
How about this?
Gotcha.
There he is.
Okay.
There we go.
The green screen behind me is not going to serve any function at all. I guess Kevin's on with us tonight.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Unexpected also. That's cool, though. I'm hoping for a delivery of Monster. I was actually going to get up and get it, and I didn't know if Tony had started the Hangout or not. So,
yeah, we started it. We figured you would need a minute or two to kind of compose yourself after
we haven't
creating
started
aliens.
Being funny yet.
Okay, well, let me go grab my funny juice, and I'll be right back. You guys can start being funny.
Oh, we can now?
Yeah, no, definitely
Check.
don't. I've given you. You have my permission.
It's weird. We never do this live, obviously.
I think I need to post the link to the Sims handoff as well, so I'm going to do that, and then we will get.
Also, where am I going to see the chat?
The chat is just up there. I don't think anybody's said anything yet because we haven't tweeted this out on the main accounts. I'm going to send that out right now too. Sorry for the confusion to anybody who's watching.
Out on the main account. Well, actually, yeah, do it. I forget what I buffered. At this point, things are just getting confusing. How do I see the chat without my face?
Oh! Put it on your phone.
I'll just go like this.
All right. I see John Jones is here. I see Lindsay is here. That is probably Kevin Veldman that you are seeing.
Yeah, I just jumped in.
Where's the chat at?
It's at the link that I'm going to be sending.
Everyone asks.
Everybody's like, your faces are too big. Get them away from my screen.
Oh, also, I need to bump my volume down because I'm way.
Yeah.
I bumped myself up so I could have the microphone a little bit away from my face.
With the kids. Bonus podcast.
Yes. Bonus podcast.
Bonus podcast. How's everyone doing?
For
Still early on.
Time.
I'm great. I've only been up since like 9 o'clock, so you guys.
Yeah. Well, I've only been up since 8 my time, but it's still weird having to focus on a game. Wow, my face won't leave me alone.
Yeah, that first 4 hours was rough for me.
There were some audiovisual problems, yes.
On top of having to talk for 4 hours straight, which is not real easy, I also was like fighting with the fact that there was a lot of like I figured, but I'll talk about this later with you guys not on this podcast.
No. This is the bonus podcast. We invite people
I'm
into our
saying I
lives.
figured out the multicam thing.
Oh, yeah, don't talk about that.
Now. We don't want anybody to know our secrets, but I did set it up, so Speed Skyrim should be recorded.
We try and do too much, and then everything goes wrong.
Turns out, we didn't even set the streams to public, which I thought was, I got up this morning, I was like, wait a minute. No, this is even public? Like, we haven't put any thumbnails on it? I feel like we were not prepared.
I mean, I was doing the buffer last night. That's where we put stuff to schedule tweets and whatnot, and I had to try and figure out 24-hour time when things were going up, and, remember to switch it over to... It was weird.
Everything was in your time zone, though. It was all Eastern.
Yeah, right. That makes RV time better.
It's like 5:45 in the morning whenever we're supposed to be getting up.
Lindsay wants you to count down, Tony.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Albert, you're up. Go.
Bonus podcast?
Bonus podcast?
Yes.
Is that... I don't ever listen to the bonus podcast, by the way, so I don't know what... do you always just include everything from the moment we hit record?
I segue in with a nice crossfade into the beginning of the chatter, if there's anything decent in the beginning. I don't have the bloops on there. Well, no, when you guys are trying to make the Batman symbol out of waveforms, I had those in there. Tony is going to blow this thing up.
Do we have anything on the list that we want to go with?
Well, we actually have live people here. Let's see if anyone have a topic they want for us to discuss.
I'm trying to open up that live control room to get the speech chat window open. Now I have
delicious chat. There's actually a lot of it. John Jones has already said I'm going to blow this up.
Internet celebrity at Joseph Devon. I don't know if that's catching on, John.
I don't know if you saw earlier, but I did set the Sims on fire.
Yeah, that was
Many
terrifying.
of them died.
That's awesome.
Many of them. I just had them keep throwing logs on a fireplace next to a bunch of gnomes, and apparently that's how you start fires. We almost lost Gary Johnson. We lost a few other people. I couldn't quite push Hillary into it. There's a lot happening.
I came back and everyone was on fire, and Tony's the guy who's like, let's try and burn all the Sims, and I'm like, we can't do that. We can't do that. Last time with that family, so Tony had free reign. Even Tony was like, I want to stop this, please. Can we not?
It got too real for Tony.
Yes. Well, the thing is, it's not a quick death when they burn. It was like 2 or 3 minutes of one Sim on fire before he turned black. Then for another 2 minutes, he was just standing there trying to put it out. And then he just kind of slumped over and slowly, like, you could hear the crackling and everything. So
I like that, though, because it really does make you feel it. Like, you don't get to have that sort of cheap out. You don't get to just sit back and be like, well, they died. You get to be like, oh, they're still dying.
Oh, burning my
it's
Sims
still
alive.
happening.
I'm a malevolent god.
Stephen Fidget in the chat suggests that we talk about tacos and meth. I'm kind of wondering if this is like a Toodles plant.
That is not Toodles. That's my friend Steven. Hello.
Ah.
Welcome.
I was really hoping to talk about phrenology, but fine,
Yeah,
we
we
can
got
talk about
phrenology first.
Yeah,
Talk
phrenology
about-
did come into the chat first. I'm all about that.
That's in my Twitter handle, by the way. My Twitter bio. I have a Terry Pratchett joke about how I'm a retrophrenologist, amateur retrophrenologist, which is one of my favorite Terry Pratchett.
Personality and make a skull out of it?
No. A phrenologist is the person who. So, for those of you who might not know, phrenology is the practice of the idea that you can determine someone's personality based on what their skull looks like, and the bumps and the ridges in their skulls. And so, Terry Pratchett, in his Discworld series, posited the idea of a retrophrenologist, which is someone who could alter your personality by making dents and indentations in your skull.
I just read that one. That was it was one of the Night Watch ones.
I just read that. If it's Night Watch, then it's the one where he goes back in time. I think it's actually just called Night Watch.
No, that wasn't the one I read, but it was.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong then.
Somebody was trying to assassinate the patrician of Ankh-Morpork, and so that was what was going on in that one. I don't remember what it was called. I read like one of those every month at least.
Oh, it has 4,000 books, so that should be.
I've finished all the ones that I want to read. I'm afraid to read all the new Moist von Lipwig ones that he came out with because they started going downhill after I read. Was it Raising Steam? No, I read Snuff, that was the Sam Vimes one, and it was such a disappointment. No disrespect to Terry Pratchett, but as he got further on into the thrall of his Alzheimer's, he just, like, his writing style changed and became less engaging to me personally. And so, like, there's another Moist von Lipwig one that I haven't brought myself to read, and there's a final Tiffany Aching book that I haven't brought myself to read because I don't want to remember him like that. I've read almost all the other ones.
I think that's pretty legit to do that.
Was that
an
this
artist.
year that Terry Pratchett died?
I think it was
2016?
late last year.
I think it was late 15.
I talked about it on the podcast. It's one of our first video podcasts because it has a thumbnail of me holding up the librarian monkey that I have. And
you have a librarian monkey? That's awesome.
It came with the house. It was
that's twice as awesome.
In my house,
much more interesting librarian monkey all of a sudden.
So in this world, there's an orangutan who's a librarian, and in my house, and of course he has the pointy hat because he's a wizard. He's a wizard librarian.
Of course.
He used to be a man. He got turned into an orangutan. He must prefers it that way. And I bought my house, and they're hanging on the wall, but from a nail. He has like a little loop around his paws, so you can hang him from different things. Was this orangutan with a wizard hat on? And
that's awesome.
I don't know for sure that it was a tie-in to Discworld, but it absolutely felt like a tie-in to Discworld.
Yeah.
A
tie-in? Liz is asking how your Coke Zero is.
Well, a tie-in, I mean, what else? What other world or...
Discworld merchandise, it has to be.
Yeah, or at least somebody...
Your house was a tie-in to Discworld?
Yes, Joe.
Your life?
You understand. My entire life is... No.
You're an offshoot of Discworld? That's kind of...
The librarian.
His foundation is made of sapient pearwood.
Yeah. All
Discworld I know
references.
Trying makes a lot of weird characters, but you're a little outlandish even for him, Al.
Oh no, Little Z's using your real name, Joe.
Yeah, who's Tom? Liz?
letting out the secret here. I mean, should I have said that? Maybe I'm the bad guy now for saying
Drew attention to
your
it.
real name. Now I'm confused.
Isn't it? Try being me. It's even weirder. I have too many Gmail accounts. So Al's one of the lesser-known Terry Pratchett books. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yes, I am. Nation. Speaking of lesser-known Terry Pratchett books, everybody should read Nation. If you want to get into non-Terry Pratchett non-Discworld Terry Pratchett that isn't him and Neil Gaiman teaming up to write whatever they teed up to write, check out Nation. Good Omens. Thank you. Yes. I forgot what it was. It's been a while since I read it.
The great
book. We're discussing. All right, we have to back off of Terry Pratchett a bit.
Okay.
I think.
All right, tacos and meth. Let's go.
Right.
I mean, together or like individually?
I'm gonna give. I know what Steven's referencing here, so I'm actually gonna keep quiet for the early part of this discussion because I want to see what you guys make of that combo.
Well, tacos are the greatest thing ever created by humans, so
agreed.
We can start there.
And meth is the worst thing created by humans.
Sixth best thing that humans have ever created.
Or that. There are only 6 things, and meth is on the bottom end.
Meth is one hell of a drug.
Goes Terry Pratchett tacos.
And amphetamines of all sorts. Just get them stimulants up.
If you go to Taco Bell and do meth while you're reading Terry Pratchett, you've just lived.
That doesn't sound, now that you say it like that, that doesn't sound that out there. Like,
I mean, when
you
I go to
Taco Bell because you've lived it all.
But we've discussed this already, haven't we? About how all the Taco Bells are meth dealers? Oh, no, that was Popeye's Chicken.
It was
that doesn't surprise me at all.
And they're probably way too low rent for meth. I would imagine they're doing
it was one of the chickens.
Weed, it was KFC, and if you ask for extra biscuits, you would get.
That's right.
And apparently, a lot of people have asked for extra biscuits, so it's just a terrible idea.
We've covered this on the blog. Wink, wink. I'd like extra biscuits.
Yeah, that was actually. I think that dirt block just came out, or will come out very soon. Yes, I remember just editing that one. Or it's like that's not the best code word. And the weird thing is, I said that my local. But not KFC. What is it? Popeyes had also closed down for the same reason. Thinking about it later, I cannot remember if I've appropriated Tony's story and made it my own, or if there are multiple dagnabbit, not Taco Bells, whatever, fast food joints across the country that are just meth hubs.
Well, you're a fictional character.
What would you ask for at Taco Bell to get your meth though? Like extra chocolate hot sauce? Like what is it?
You ask for chocolate ice cream, you get meth.
Something like that. Yeah, like if you're asking for a vanilla frosty at Wendy's, or something. The gizzards. That's also. Al keeps winding up with meth.
But Al would probably just think it was rock candy.
I don't think I would know what. I mean, if it's I think from the context I can figure out if somebody hands me a bag and he's like, "Here you go, man." I'd be like,
and he's just "That's like $40, man. Come on." Holding up the line.
For oregano and rock candy? That's ridiculous, sir.
These are not the gizzards I wanted.
You stuffed parboiler. All right, this is not the dirt block cast either.
Lindsay says, would you rather... Oh, I guess, do you want to tell us what the real story behind this question is, Joe?
Oh, my friend was in Florida, and I was bitching at her to bring back tacos, and then someone suggested she also bring back meth, and then we started debating if a meth and taco delivery company would be a good idea. And Steven actually came up with the name of Methico, which I thought was
okay. Well played, Steven.
Idea.
So, I mean, any drug delivery company would be a good idea from a business standpoint if you could get away with it.
That's the if. Any business is a good idea from any standpoint if you can be profitable. You're just kind of throwing the hard part into the if you could do that sort of thing.
You said you were debating, so you're saying how difficult would it be not to get caught?
We were basically just trying to annoy our friend in Florida was a large part of it. But
well, that's no fun. I want to posit this reality where you can have an online ordering system for an underground business.
We just posited it, didn't we?
I'm saying, how would you do
KFC.
it?
If that KFC had tacos, how would
Etsy? Put it all through Etsy.
KFC doesn't deliver. You can't call up KFC. So none of these restaurants we talked about are delivery restaurants.
KFC's in Florida don't deliver?
No, they don't.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where you're at?
No, absolutely not. I was just
There's a service of a bunch of college kids in my town, and they will bring you any food you want at any hour that it's open.
You're in Colorado.
That's like an order up type thing.
Yeah, well, in Colorado, you kind of need that.
Yeah, you got to have those late night munchies because nobody wants to drive anywhere where they're really, really high.
Wait, can they deliver marijuana in Colorado?
Yeah, I've had it done before. It was like late at night on 420, and I was like, I haven't smoked in like a year. I should call somebody. Some dude on a bike showed up to my house and was like, "Hey, here's your weed." And I was like,
if you're ordering a 420,
you can do that in most places, just not legally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this was like a legit business.
In Bloomington, that happened all the time.
Did they charge you surge pricing like or Uber? It's like 420. Like
they said that
very high demand.
They were just having bags all over the place. They were just going all over town. They said they had people like set up in a grid system. Like they probably made a lot of money.
Would get robbed a lot.
They actually had to create like a secondary police force basically to stop pot businesses from getting robbed in the beginning because banks wouldn't take their cash. So they just had like these storehouses filled with cash, and they would have like these private Wells Fargo style vans or whatever, like the Loomis Fargo. Those trucks just all over the place bringing in
Loomis is a different company.
Meth money, weed money.
Thanks, Al.
I'm just saying, he called it Loomis Fargo. That's not legit at all. It's not real.
It's interesting how other things that pop up once it's legal, and you have this. I guess my other question though is why doesn't KFC deliver?
Why doesn't a lot of things deliver? It's only pizza, right? Like pizza people got on the board, but they're like, why don't we take this food to people's houses? And everybody's
Chinese
like, yes,
food.
please. Chinese food does not deliver around here either.
I think it might just be the margins you're looking at. Like a lot of pizza places, like you're ordering like 7 or 8 pizzas and it makes it worth their time. Whereas like if you want to get 2 Big Macs and something else off the dollar menu, it wouldn't be worth their time to take it to you.
Not really a party food.
Yeah,
I guess
a bunch of Big Macs.
Well, you could still put in minimum order in if you're like, we'll deliver, but you got to buy like $20 worth of food. Like
there's a taco delivery place near my house now, and you have to order $15 worth of food. So my standard order there was like $7, but it's gone up to $15 now because I want to get it delivered.
Throw in some meth, please.
That's the code word for extra hot sauce.
Keep getting all these biscuits.
What was it Lindsay asked?
Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life or always have the urge to sneeze but never be able to?
Sneeze.
For the rest. Hiccups for me.
Are the worst.
Really?
I hate hiccups.
I think I would probably have to choose the sneeze one because hiccups would just wake me up all the time. I might be able to get to sleep if I felt like I was needing a sneeze. Yeah, but people have committed suicide for less. So that's pretty much the path you get on this. Like, you want to kill yourself faster or you want to kill yourself a few weeks later?
That's a good question. Would you be able to sleep with the hiccups?
No, you can't. That's why I said, that's why I chose
the sleep. I mean, even with extra, like, NyQuil.
There are documented cases of people with hiccups for like 50 years. The guy did not sleep. Well, yeah, but you're in Terry Pratchett's world.
Former Fitch says you hit the minimum rather quickly if you add in meth. So,
hey, Rich.
So what's up, Rich? Welcome to the live bonus podcast. As you guys can see, we will discuss pretty much anything you throw on the list, unless you're like that one guy that was throwing out N-bombs earlier in the Fallout chat.
Yeah, he had a whole paragraph that was very...
Yeah. I almost started reading it on air, and then I was like, oh, no.
No, let's not do that.
Apparently, we're all slaves to something. I stopped.
Yeah, we're all slaves
caught
to
on quickly.
Obama, like Emperor Obama, born in Kenya, like just a whole slew of stuff all at once.
There are really people like that, and that's what always makes me laugh.
Yes. Until you see them.
It doesn't make you laugh when you live in Florida and there's many of them.
That makes sense. Florida is like the little Terry Pratchett world. All kinds of crazy ass shit going on. I was gonna say that's what I was gonna say. On Etsy, I've learned this recently. You'll see like a really crappy looking little figurine or whatever for sale for like $1,000 or something. A lot of different times. It turns out people sell drugs, but they have to have an item that they're really selling, so they'll sell like a little plastic gnome, and there's like this whole subculture that has all of these this code language words behind it, like if there's water damage meant something, and mold, I think mold was mushrooms, And there's this whole other thing going on because they keep showing. Some subreddit I follow is like stupid.
That's kind of awesome that they came up with all that and everybody understands it enough to keep it going.
Do you think that's what's behind the haunted doll phenomenon?
What's the haunted doll phenomenon?
Okay, this is something that I found out from listening to my brother and me, who is another funny podcast, much more famous than us. Every once in a while, they'll do a haunted doll watch, which is just like them sitting down and reading a haunted doll entry on eBay. And it's always these like really elaborate, everyone now, here's one. Haunted doll. She comes from my personal collections. All questions welcome. This spirited doll has an angelic spirit, bright energy, healing and spiritual energy. She also helps and guides spiritually and connects to owner in astral while sleeping.
Oh, yeah, there's LSD with that order.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you're paying $59 for a plastic doll.
There's a bunch of LSD that comes with that.
That's another thing you can get online that's pretty easy. If you want to do your own mushrooms, all you have to do is order the spores, get a cat box, fill it with cow shit, and then spray the spores on. Like, it's a pretty easy thing. A lot of my friends have made money doing that.
Voila!
What?
Yeah, you can buy the spores online.
No, I missed the first part of that because I was reading Lindsay's and I just heard about cow poop with spores sprayed on it and mailed to people.
Yeah,
I didn't know why you were doing this.
Yeah, you just that's how you grow mushrooms. You get manure, you throw it in like a cat box so that it doesn't smell too much in your house. Then you spray the spores you ordered online, and you just pick the mushrooms off and eat it, and try to ignore the fact that they just came off of cow shit.
I mean, that's how all mushrooms grow.
Pretty much.
They need mulch of some kind.
Have you guys, speaking of drugs you can get online, have you guys heard of the miracle fruit?
How did we get?
No, but apparently it's very funny.
No, so there's this fruit, and you can buy like pills that are made from its extract, and for like 2 hours you don't taste any flavors except sweetness.
Oh, I have heard of this.
So you can eat like lemons, and they taste like some kind of candy, or beer tastes delicious. It tastes like cream soda.
Dangerous.
They make a pill, like an extract of it too. You don't have to eat the fruit. Like they make.
Yeah, no, it's a little tablet that you let dissolve on your tongue for a second.
I don't know if it's just the sweet. It just makes everything taste different. It's not like, I don't know how to describe it, but it notches things into your taste buds so that it blocks certain receptors.
Yeah.
And makes other stuff, like it just makes everything taste weird.
See, for me, everything was sweet, but that's just what everybody told me to try. It was like lemons and shit that would taste sweet.
Oh, you've tried it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How long does it last?
Like an hour and a half.
So, like, if you were to eat a salad, what would ranch dressing taste like?
I have no idea.
Whoa.
I know bread tasted really sweet. Lemons had like no sourness. Beer tasted like cream soda. And I can't remember how much other stuff I tried. I was kind of drunk already when the guy gave one to me.
Of course you were.
What's up, Kevin TV?
I feel like I'm further away from my camera than anybody else in the chat.
I can you want to be further away. It's terrifying.
I don't know how to zoom in, and I don't want to mess around with anything. So I guess I'm just gonna.
Yeah, for the sake of everyone else, I'm just gonna start leaning further back and get away from the camera.
It's not that far. I mean, I'm within arm's reach, but.
I'll do just my hat from now on.
Okay.
Yeah, how are the other human echoers doing, brain-wise?
Oh, you're asking me? I'm fine.
Yeah, you and Tony.
I think having AJ there for the sim stream really made that like more energetic for me and kind of.
That was fun.
It was. Somebody mentioned in the chat that we should make that a product, and I know we're having no new products thing.
No.
Also, I don't know if I could like do that super regularly, but as a 1 hour thing, I was really proud of him because he sat down and was, good for most of that time and like had some really legit input. Like I think there's definitely like the direction of that family has been shaped by his presence in that stream.
The kid's got podcasting talent.
You think?
You did save them, right? I forgot to be there for the end of that.
I was asking. So I went to an empty lot in Windenburg, and then I saved the game. And I saved them as a family. Yeah, that was the best thing I could find to do. They're the villain, which I stole from Abduction. Although oddly enough, those guys did not end up being the villains.
My brain keeps on. My brain today has been pretty bad in the morning, and then like halfway through the Fallout stream, I fully woke up and was feeling really good about things. Like I was wishing that the Fallout stream would go on. I had to stop myself because I played about 20 minutes of Fallout after I'd gotten off of there, just because I was interested in Far Harbor. When that game sets its like claws into me, it's really hard to stop it for a while. And then I like won't play for months. Then I'll play for like 4 hours a day for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's a part of me that's regretting the Dwarf Fortress stream being so long when we were having so much fun with Paladins. I feel like I could have gone another hour with Paladins and done with an hour less of Dwarf Fortress.
I think next year definitely no 1 hour streams. That's just too short. It seems like a lot, but you sort of get into it and settle into the game, and it's already halfway over.
Well, I felt like 1 hour was good for the checkers that we played.
Yeah, you don't really want to go much further than that. That devolved into a bad game of putt-putt.
Well, that's the thing. That game you have any board game you want to, you can just break out.
Yes, and we still didn't need to do more than an hour with that.
You guys should do Risk next year.
No, we shouldn't. No.
It's like the company almost didn't reform after that. All because Al brought like 46 and just walked through America.
It was, I don't know what.
You won handily, and you still gripe about how you were losing.
I don't know how that
was
happened.
interesting.
Risk
It
is still my
actually killed the
favorite.
tabletop tryout series for about a year.
Well, it wasn't called Tabletop Tryouts then, but yes, that's. I get compliments for the shirt all the time. I don't know if people can see it. The tabletop original gaming platform at the table.
That's what I'm starting to feel like. Yes.
People, but everybody who says that always plays like D&D and stuff, and I don't play D&D.
I think that shirt's on sale for another couple hours if anybody likes it.
Yeah, I'm kicking my award shirt from Extra Life last year. I think I already got another one this year, which I'm pretty excited about. I have to sign up for the premium. I have to donate more to get my shirt, but I think I'm going to do it because I like this shirt. And just a reminder that at the half of the hour that this is for Extra Life, and I think the link's in the chat to donate. I don't
Hopefully
have a
it
kid
is.
with me like Al did.
Yeah, why not?
I go get a kid.
In your go over in your apartment, find hey kid, come here. You want some candy?
Sit on my lap while we play video games. It's cute.
And yes, there is another Kevin here, Kevin TV. It's Kevin Veldman from the Comic News. Kevin, introduce yourself again. We kind of glossed over that as we were waiting for Al.
Oh, yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin. I do a podcast called Comic Noobs that I was a guest on you as podcast once. Al and Tony have both been on my show a couple of times. Joe, we got to have you on sometime.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, Tony's been on? I didn't realize that it happened.
Technically, he's been on your network before because he was on an episode of Steely Eyed
That's
Wordsmith.
true. He did Steely Eyed Wordsmith. That was a great interview he did with Dave.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that was a good show. But, yeah, Joe, I'd love to have you on sometime for a bonus cast.
That's right. I got to pick a comic. I think we've
Speaking-
discussed this, and that was where that ended, and then I didn't.
It could be.
Speaking of comics, did you make it to see Doctor Strange yet, Kevin?
I did. I loved it. It was trippy as all hell, though. I'll tell you guys that much.
The visuals are definitely off of the chain.
Yeah, definitely. I loved the last big one. I don't want to get a spoiler.
Oh, where he goes to the place and talks to the person?
Exactly.
Does
Over.
the
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I know he goes to a place. I've been spoiled.
Yeah, it's you guys might as well not see it, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was great.
I thought it was okay. For some reason, intellectually, there's a lot of stuff I could point at and be like, that was good, and that was good, and the story was good. It left me feeling just a little bit hollow. I don't know if it's my fault because I was tired or
maybe you're at peak superhero.
I think they kind of rushed the training.
Really?
part.
I felt like that went on forever. I felt like he was so underpowered for so long in the movie to the point where he's fighting one guy and I'm like, there's no way he should make it through this. He's so bad at this point. Anyway, I'm getting dangerously close to spoilers. But
I was about to say, now this is how the spoilers happen. You just start talking and then you forget where you are. And we all do. This is how the score conversation's hard to do.
No, I enjoyed the movie a lot. Probably not my favorite Marvel film, but it was definitely just damn good.
I couldn't say it's bad. I was laying in bed because I'm going to write about it later. And I was just trying to think why am I not into this as much as I used to be? Are the movies getting worse? Am I getting bored with this? Is Joe right?
He's a peak superhero.
Yes.
I mean, I'm still going to go and see them all. That's the thing. I know that I'm going to go to these movies and they're not going to be bad. There's that guarantee that I can go to it and be like, I can tell that somebody put a lot of work and a lot of thought into this and they tried to make it as good as they can. but there's a part of me that's just feeling a little bit samey with the way things go in Marvel movies.
I mean, it's no Inferno, but still.
Well, no, that was awful.
Was it bad?
The Inferno. Well, I don't want to tell anybody else how to feel, but you should hate it.
You're a critic.
It was bad. It was real bad. I still can't get over the fact that the guy just has this poison that could go in the water supply and kill half the world's population, and he's there by the water supply with the poison, obviously, at some point in the movie. But he
has to make a series of riddles for Tom Hanks to solve.
Yes. Why? Okay. Here's the thing. Here's how this is a good movie. Make him compulsory, obsessed with riddles.
Yes.
You have to do a Batman version of this where that's the Riddler, right? And he's like, you only deserve to live if you can solve these riddles. Don't do this crap version where just for no reason he's like, I guess I'll have this path laid out for this other person this third person will help them. Oh.
Wait, what was his reason? That's a good point. But was there any reasoning?
There was not that I could find. I could not. I watched the movie. I have to admit, it bored me a lot. So maybe I sort of let my attention.
I really liked the Angels and Demons book and the Da Vinci Code book, but this one I did put down a quarter way through, and I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah, Tony said the same thing. I never got to
I picked it up at a grocery store and was reading for about 30 minutes just on lunch, and I just didn't buy the book. I just left it there.
Mm.
Yeah.
What were the? I mean, the first two they were crap, but it was still a fun riddle chase sort of thing.
Yeah.
You plowed through the Da Vinci Code in a night almost.
Right.
Was annoyed at every page.
Not ashamed at all that I just dug that to death, but for some reason, I got off the train on Angels and Demons. I talked about that on the podcast, so I won't recap it. But the science made me angry.
So
I'm trying to remember if there was a reason. There was a reason for Da Vinci Code for the whole elaborate whatever. It's because Da Vinci had to hide stuff.
Yeah,
what the reason in Angels and Demons for the whole riddle craziness?
It was
wasn't
just
set up by the
overpopulation. I don't know.
I can't remember. Had he stopped using reasons at that point? Have you seen the "We Can't Make Fun of Dan Brown" article?
What? No. I'm gonna Google that right now.
No, I can Google it. Anyway. No.
All right, we're all going to sit down and read this article. Everybody come back in 10 minutes.
All right, guys.
Minecraft is next, Kevin.
We got Minecraft next.
Who's topping on
renowned Dan Brown?
I like renowned Dan Brown. That's good. Is this a joke? This can't be.
Well, I'll read it, and let me find a choice one. The critics said his writing was clumsy, ungrammatical, repetitive, and repetitive. They said it was full of unnecessary tautology. They said his prose was mired in a sea of mixed metaphors. For some reason, they found something funny in sentences such as, his eyes went white like a shark about to attack. They even say my books are packed with banal and superfluous description, thought the 5'9" man. He particularly hated it when they said his imagery was nonsensical. It made his insect eyes flash like a rocket. Well, 2 pages of that. And it's from the Telegraph.
All right, I'll dig it. I'll probably read that after this.
The thing, I just hate to make fun of success. I don't like it. I think there's something to be learned from that.
You make fun of losers and failures?
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's jump on that leafy train.
Yeah. Do we have any more? No, Kevin's asking what's next. Guess we're boring Kevin.
Yeah, you guys drop questions in the chat, or we'll go to the topics list.
I think the first topic on here is Abraham Wald.
Who's Abram Wald?
I don't look that up. I always have to look these up.
That was
so it's a Joe thing that he doesn't.
Yeah, it's definitely a Joe thing.
Got it.
While we're looking this up, I want to say, since it is November the 5th, I had my 9-month-old watch V for Vendetta for the first time today.
The next one is not Abraham Wald, Tony. The next one is Inside Out.
Tony skip Inside Out.
Tony's just like, no, we're not talking about kids' movies. They're not looking at the chat.
We already have a movie podcast. Didn't we do an episode on Inside Out?
So apparently Joe has something to say about it. I want to hear what Joe has to say.
I watched that movie.
Okay. All right.
It's been said.
That's it. We watched that movie.
it's like okay. At what point did people cry during the movie?
Right? Yeah.
11 times.
Not how many. At what point? Do you remember exactly?
I mean, do you want me to spoil Inside Out for you?
Yeah, that's a fair enough point. Like how far along?
It's at the end.
It came out 2 years ago.
Sadness.
30
Joey
years.
realizes that sadness.
No! I don't want you spoiling it. The end is fine for people who have seen it. If not, go see it. Hi, Master of Pigs.
When Joy finally gets over herself.
Crap is the first scene we're seeing.
Like a giant piece of crap that, modeled after Lorelai Gilmore.
What?
It's also a giant piece of crap. She's the worst.
What about poop? At any rate, that movie was... I was just astounded how that movie was just like this perfect Pixar weapon to just like gut you and make you weep. I've seen plenty of Pixar movies. I know they're emotional. Definitely teared up and up, as Liz just said. But Inside Out was just like... It wasn't even like this subtle like violin playing sad. It was just like it came in with like machetes and just like...
What's the name of her imaginary friend?
Oh, that's...
Oh, yeah, bing, bong, who's your friend who likes to play?
That scene, like, why?
Take her to the moon.
What happened, Tony?
So was I the only one who didn't like that movie then? Because
Yes.
There are people who didn't like it, Kevin. You're not alone, but you're in the minority.
Both Kevins, apparently they're named Kevin.
This hasn't caused any confusion so far.
What was your problem with it, Kevin? Hopefully without spoilers.
I don't know. I didn't find it as machete gut wrenching like Joe did, and I don't know. It was okay. It just wasn't. I didn't think it was as good as any of the recent Toy Stories or the first Cars.
That's a real high bar. They're all at 98%.
Okay, but it's the same company. It's not as good as the other ones. I didn't think.
What is your favorite
Bug's
Pixar?
Life a lot too. It's
The
not
Incredibles is my favorite Pixar movie, followed closely by Toy Story 3.
I think I just might be at peak superhero because I like The Incredibles, but it's not my favorite.
That's probably my favorant. The storytelling that is so
It's got to be top 3 Pixar for me.
pure. Well, okay, so what's your favorite Pixar movie?
I want to say Monsters Incorporated.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
I watched
That's
it a
so
couple days
imaginative.
ago for Halloween. It was awesome. Again.
Yeah.
I'm going
so
to Google
imaginative.
them because I may have forgotten some.
When they're in the door like hanging area and they
Yes,
just
and the music there is amazing.
I like
Okay.
Ratatouille a lot.
Yeah, I'd watch that. I had an up night. Pixar night the other.
Ratatouille is the one that for me I don't understand. Like I liked it, but I don't get it. It doesn't hit me like other people talk about that movie hitting them.
That's a
They're
big
like, oh, that's amazing, and I'm like, it's okay, yeah.
Does such a good job just discussing cooking and how flavors work. I mean, you gassed yourself when you tried to cook on camera. You did take. Al took a recipe from Watson, the supercomputer, and made it. One of the things I told him to do was cook peppercorns in a frying pan, and he had to hide his wife and children in the far side of the house. It turned into chemical
It like aerosolized the peppercorns. It was pepper spray like in the air of my kitchen. It's not good. Go watch the video. But,
See, yet another reason not to trust robots.
yeah.
And then it keeps talking.
Yeah, Watson's eyes can't burn. It's not like the college years for all of us.
I think I would stick with Monsters Incorporated. I also really like Cars, which I'm not saying that's
I like
my
Cars
favorite,
a lot, yeah.
but I like it more than a lot of other people.
You have watched it. You have the kid who likes the cars, and you watched it a lot, and probably drawn more out of it than I did. With the
I know,
one
but I'm
viewing I
saying
had.
some movies you've watched one time and you're like, I never want to see this again. And some, especially with kids' movies, it's good when you can watch it over and over and be like, there's still stuff that I'm finding in here. I think people sort of looked at the surface of what that was and got annoyed. Cars 2, on the other hand, I never need to see again.
Yeah, no.
But
I'm
Finding
not saying
Nemo
Cars
was great.
are bad. I'm
That
saying that's
one.
probably with that much time to study it, you probably got a lot more out of it.
yeah, I feel the same way about Penguins of Madagascar, which is not maybe as good, and it's not from Pixar, obviously, but that's a movie I've watched many times with my child because he had like a whole kick where he was watching that for like 3 or 4 months with just nothing but penguins. And there was a lot of jokes in that even though I'd seen them before, I was just like, this is good. This is still funny.
I haven't seen that one. I loved Madagascar, though. Like that, I loved that one.
I didn't
I saw
actually.
that.
I think I got like I might have really liked Madagascar, but I kind of got bored with it. But me and my wife went to see Penguins in the theater, and it was us and like some old couple, and I just busted a gut laughing out loud at that that movie in theaters.
And it's flash of being in a movie theater next to Al while he's laughing.
I've been next to him whenever he's like quaking in his boots because of Darling. That was pretty fun.
That's true. I watched that again.
What
on
about
Netflix.
what was it? Something funny. So Tony and Al went to a movie film festival. What was it? Something funny happened and everyone laughed and Al just looked around and
I did that. I was like, this
Final Girls, and like people were like rocking in their chairs laughing, and Al just looks at him and he's like, "That wasn't really that funny."
someone in the theater. Yeah,
I didn't say it out loud.
You did say it out loud. You said exactly that out loud. I was there.
How would Tony know what was going on in your head? That's what the voices are, Al.
You talked all through Darling, too. You were like, no, this isn't right. That's not right. What was that? Who is this? What's going on? Like, I don't even know if you realize you're talking. You're like that sold into the movie. You're just like, you're doing that. And then we watched that, like the one with the corpse fucking movie, whatever it was called. I can't even remember. Like,
The body of
The Corpse of Anna Fritz is what it was called.
Corpse of Anna Fritz, and like just watching Al like just twitch up in his chair is one of the best
that was a
things
dark
I've ever
movie
watched.
from what I heard.
I think that's why I enjoyed that movie a lot more than Al did. Because it wasn't a very good movie. I was just like half getting to watch Al. He's like like squirming. He honestly should have walked out of that movie about 10 minutes in, though. That was a messed up movie.
I was like, my convictions told me to walk out of that movie 10 minutes in. I was like, but what's Tony going to think about me? I'll have to sit here and watch this movie with people having sex with this corpse, and I regret it. I regret it. Like, that's one of the regrets of my life, is that I didn't just leave the theater and get some food or something.
You didn't even go to another movie that whole weekend. You like just called it off. That was like Saturday late, and you're like, "No, I don't think I'm gonna go on Sunday. I think we're just gonna go for a hike."
We did. We went and made a video though. We got some Rocky Mountain oysters, and it was all good.
Yep.
Oh, Rich Alex's internet's cutting out. Which is
Rich. We're gonna upload this as a sound file to the podcast, so you'll be able to hear anything you missed.
We are?
Also, are we?
Planning on
that other guy?
It'll be public on the YouTube channel for sure. And
Yeah.
That's why the stream's got to mention that a couple times. So divvied up is that so we can actually retain it this year.
Yeah, it's easier to have it all on one channel so you guys don't have to switch, but there were some moments we really wanted from the other one. And if you go over 6 hours, it just gets lost in this compiling loop that never sorts out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't keep it. It's like, well, we're not going to store 24 hours of streaming.
Kevin it sounded like he felt sorry for the stream. Oh, it's trapped. Poor stream.
It's trapped.
That's okay, Kevin. It's just digital information that isn't sentient. You don't have to worry about it.
Now we can talk about the other topic. Now that
Abraham
we talked about
Wald.
Inside Out.
That was me. I found this fascinating. I was going to say, you didn't know that? Abraham Wald was the guy, they were doing a test during World War II about where planes were taking damage. And they took all the planes, they'd fly back and they'd study where the bullet holes were. And they decided to put, extra armor on those spots. Abraham Wald was the guy who said, no, you're doing this wrong. That's where the planes can take damage and survive. The planes that got hit in the other spots are the planes that didn't make it back. You got to put armor on the places that aren't full of bullet holes. He has survivorship bias.
That's our guy.
I didn't know it was a particular person that came up with that.
It's a survivorship bias, it's known as. That blew when I heard that, I was just like, whoa, I don't think I'd be that. I love those things where it's like super obvious when you're told it, but if I had been there, I would have been like, damn it, look at all those holes in that plane. We got to put armor there. Jesus Christ. I don't think I would have made that leap.
To how the Nazis bombing London kind of actually raised British morale because they didn't kill a lot of people, but they had the bombs falling around them, so they
became.
It was what's it called, like the near miss effect, something like that.
That was in that was Gladwell. Boy, we talked about a lot of Gladwell.
Yeah.
We should have him on, guys.
Okay. Tony, send him an email.
I will.
He has a podcast.
Publicist an email.
I'm sure he wants to promote that. Little
Nobody wants to get the word out about that. Al, you'll have to keep under wraps how much you hate him now.
No, well, I don't hate him. I just think that
you went off pretty hard on the you shouldn't buy school lunch if you're.
Oh, that was terrible though. I hated that.
Yeah,
it's like why are you choosing the school that you want based on the criteria that you value? You suck as a person. No, I don't. I think that if I make enough money to be able to afford the expensive school, I should go to the expensive school if I want the fancy lunch.
Yeah,
Screw
but
you,
it sounds just
Malcolm
like
Gladwell.
him too. He does swear a lot.
Ah.
Normally we would discuss Abraham Wald, but I'm brain dead, and I just found him neat.
That
I
is
don't know if
neat.
anyone has.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for him. He was.
Yeah, but I
he was
can't edit out
homeschooled-
you reading the Wikipedia page.
No, but he was homeschooled by his parents, which is like really super rare back in the day. I mean,
Oh, wow.
homeschooling didn't become a thing until like the 80s, really. I mean, like I think there were a few pioneers like in the 70s, but it's sort of.
Well, I mean,
I want
yes,
you guys
in the
to
modern
know
era.
that right now, I could literally, like, about a mile from me, I could be at a Trump rally where Trump is actually here. I could go be there.
Are you saying that you don't want to hear me read about Wikipedia pages on school?
I'm saying I'd like to see what the hell that looks like, because there would be a lot of
I
interesting
wouldn't,
people
not me.
there.
Oh no, I want to be in that room so bad. I want to hear the people chant "lock her up." I mean, I legit do. I mean, I think that would be an unnerving and horrifying experience. In a
Yeah,
way.
it probably would. I'm a big believer in the camp that you can support whichever one you want in this election, but if you enthusiastically support one of these two, then it's your disappointment as a human.
Yeah. Which I guess, I mean, really, Trump is all the people yelling at the Trump rallies aren't yelling "Go Trump, go Trump." They're yelling, "We hate Hillary," essentially.
Right? Yeah.
Interesting.
If you want to vote for somebody based on hatred of the other candidate, that's one thing, but you can't. There's no argument to justify that either one of these is a good candidate for president.
Oh, Stephen Fidgen says in the chat, the irony is that Wald died in a plane crash.
Yes.
Not gotten to yet.
Not
That
put
sounds
armor
like
on
a
himself.
plane crash that happened in the Rockies near me, where all the uranium scientists died.
Is that where they had to eat each other to live?
No, unfortunately not.
Wait,
It would
who
have been
died?
cool if they were like radioactive and had to eat each other, so they just turned into like mutants out in the woods.
Who was this
Cannibal
person that
zombies.
died in a plane crash near you?
The guy who
There was a
the-
whole plane
Oh.
of people.
Oh,
This
they're
is
talking about
funny.
Wald. It was like this was in the
I'm
southern
laughing at
India.
that. Plane crashes. What? Abortion.
That's the humor that you can expect from us bi-weekly on the bonus podcast. Become a member at humanechoes.com today.
I don't know
This
why
is
you
the
guys
time.
invited me. This is too highbrow.
Pinky's out.
I'm outclassed by you guys.
I remember this last year. This is around when we did Dirt Block last year, and I was like, I'm kind of feeling weird. And you were like, but it's still, daylight out. And I was like, I don't know. This is hitting me now for some reason. Definitely,
Yeah, right about there.
yeah, definitely. That's like the 3 caffeine rushes now are off, and
You've had 3 caffeine rushes? Wow.
wake up. I had a soda for something, lunch, I guess,
Oh,
and then I just had a soda for popping on here.
I specifically waited to have any caffeine until right just now. I
Any?
had coffee this morning.
So they just lied.
The coffee this Battlefield 1 caffeine.
Battlefield 1 Were they our sponsor?
Yes.
Battlefield 1 caffeine.
John
Anyway,
Jones says, unless you live in Florida, eating others usually happens in stages and usually not recreationally.
According to this, who is this douchebag who was picking on him after he died? Criticized by Sir Ronald A. Fisher. Fisher attacked Wald for being a mathematician without scientific experience who had written an incomplete book on statistics. Well, after the guy died, he waits
Yeah.
all right, I think
Well, the start of the sentence is after
this
his
guy
death.
was stupid.
It's like, he's dead now. He can't.
He totally didn't get his degree. He's just taking publishing credits away from other scientists.
Jerk.
Richard Dawkins named him the greatest biologist since Darwin, the guy who made that comment.
Was
So
he a
there
biologist?
you go. No, the guy who yelled about the dead guy.
Oh, okay.
He combined Mendel
Turns
with...
out you can be a great biologist and a dick.
Whoa! He outlined Fisher's principle as well as the Fisherian runway and the sexy sun hypothesis.
Oh, where's that at?
Click on the sexy sun hypothesis.
We gotta find the sexy sun hypothesis.
States that a female's ideal mate choice among potential males is one whose genes will produce male offspring with the best chance of reproductive successes. Isn't that like evolution?
That's not That's not what I was thinking.
And it was that a potential
Wait,
mate's capacities.
So this guy figured out that women like attractive dudes.
Basically, yeah, until then.
He broke it open. He like
Best biologist since Darwin, guys.
the reason that they're marrying attractive dudes isn't that they like the attractive dudes. They want to produce other attractive dudes for people to marry who will want to produce more. This is like an Ouroboros argument. I think the ladies just like the sexy men. I think you're overcomplicating it.
I'm trying to figure out exactly where. Oh wow! It actually says what matters most are her sexy sons. To potential mate's capacities of parental caregiver
with that,
or any other direct benefits the father can offer, such as nuptial gifts, good territory, or something means. Yet what matters most are her sexy sons' future breeding successes.
Again, when you said "sexy son" hypothesis, I was thinking SUN, and I
had the same thought. That's why I was like, "Oh God, we gotta Google this." I have no idea.
Like, yeah, what is this?
But risky Google of the day, but I'm also on the sexy son hypothesis.
What would that be, like soulophilia or something?
Sex with the sun.
Solarphilia.
Icarus. Never mind. Too hybrid.
I think this guy's just wrong. Here's my critique. Are you dead, Ronald Fisher? Have you died yet? Yeah. Okay, great. You're wrong.
You're just a popped up hornball who thinks he knows Mendel's squares.
I'm a podcaster, and I know what's right.
What's weird is I actually don't know who is. Wikipedia doesn't really say like this person is perceived as being right by the scientific community now. It just says these are their hypotheses. However, I read Wald's and was like, that's really fascinating. And I read this guy's, and I'm like, that's not at all fascinating or helpful or.
I hypothesize that you're an asshole.
Duncan liked him though.
Can you edit the Wikipedia page? Just add this guy is also an asshole, or
I'll try.
I don't know if that's objectively true. I don't know. It'd be like citation needed.
Citation of this podcast will just be like, objectively, we consider him to be an asshole, and like we'll have the full source here.
There's editing. Sexy sperm models.
Log in or create an account. Okay.
Oh man, I found a Wikipedia loop the other day.
Oh yeah.
The Wikipedia loop. The Wikipedia article. The citation was an article that was referenced in that passage, but then the citation on the passage was the Wikipedia page.
Oh, I heard about somebody that did a fake death that way, where they wrote up, I want to say it was a Wikipedia page, and like publicized it, got a newspaper to print the story, and then put the newspaper printing the story about their fake Wikipedia article as the source for this article, thus having an external source for their Wikipedia page.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Did you find something, Joe?
Well, I'm editing the page.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well, live you're not sharing your screen.
I don't know where to put it in.
There's probably a setting for that.
And was a dick. And was kind of a dick.
Yes.
This is the kind of thing that
this is a minor edit.
See, this is going to get picked up by the bot. We got to hide it better. We got to be like, some say that his head was rather phallic.
An automated filter has identified this edit as potentially unconstructive. That's the most constructive thing I've probably done.
Thank you, robots. Thank you.
All right, let's try to bury it a little bit deeper.
Well, I don't even know where my edit is now. Oh, I see what's going on.
Asking if we've ever heard of Dronestagram. Wondering what this is. I'm pulling it up right now.
What? Yeah, no, I've not heard of that.
Hey, Al, have you got
Explore show? It looks like you can basically just hire a drone to come and like make a video of an area that you've decided on. Let me see if there's any.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like your own, like sort of program your own Google satellite kind of thing, but with a drone instead.
Or it's actually no. I think this is actually people who have drones, and it's just for like anyone who has a drone, they upload their stuff like Instagram to this. So it's just really cool looking pictures that people have captured with their drones.
Oh. So
yeah, I thought it was like a hire out thing.
So I can't hire somebody to like spy on Al's backyard or something.
I'm pretty sure that technology is coming.
It's a pretty great area legally
stuff, so you can pull up your area and see who the top pilots in your area are. So you could probably hire somebody. I already have a camera drone that sends it to my camera. It was like $75 to get the thing. Like it was a Christmas present last year, and it controls like complete ass, but it is pretty interesting to use.
You had to pay $75 for a Christmas present?
Oh, somebody gave me a Christmas present at once.
Okay, it took me a second to connect it. My bad.
Also, Kevin's a cheapskate. Don't expect anything more than $75 from him this Christmas.
No, I meant he said he got it, but he also paid $75 for it.
It was not a well-constructed
I was like, wait,
sentence.
what?
I'm not going to argue that.
They don't understand Christmas out in Colorado. It's very confusing.
Yeah, we got so high we forgot how to Christmas.
John says to be louder, his neighbor just fired up his lawnmower. John's lawnmower repairman is Josh Brolin, by the way. The tweet he sent. I never know what John's talking about in his Twitter feed. If he's he's drunk, actually.
He's starting to he's taking your internet celebrity dumb and making it a thing now.
Yeah, that's been weird. I haven't replied to that at all. I don't know what's happening.
Are you an internet celebrity, Joe?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
also, Internet Celebrity Joe is going to have to go in a little bit to set up the Minecraft.
I already have Minecraft open.
Okay.
I'm trying to hang out. Yeah, I actually have to bail because if I open OBS, my camera goes on, and then all hell breaks loose. Because as Tony pointed out, you can only have one instance of your camera on, apparently.
Oh, that sucks. All right, well, go ahead. I was going to discuss some stuff about drone stuff. So,
yeah, we can fill this out. We got 5 minutes left. I think the
You
three
got
of us.
4 minutes. I was thinking. Yes, I was hoping.
Also,
right,
Joe, if you ever want to come on the podcast and just
I
talk
do.
about Hollywood Stock Exchange, we can do that too if you don't
I
want
kind
to
of
do comics.
wanted to bring that up during the Doctor Strange conversation, but we didn't get there. It's fine. Gotta let some topics go. All right, I'm gonna go set up Minecraft. Thank you all for listening, and we'll drop the Minecraft link in the feed. I believe we're switching again, right?
Yep.
There's less switches. Okay,
Yep.
I'll drop it in the feed. All right, adios.
Also, everybody that wants to be playing tonight, there are going to be a lot of people on the server for the Minecraft build. So if you have access, feel totally free to join us. You'll be able to help with the handoff build. You'll be able to help with some of the other stuff we do at the end of the night. I think we're going after the Elytra so we can fly around and do some crazy stuff. It'll be a lot of fun.
I was going to bring up about the drone conversation. This may not take us all, and we might get cut off here, but do you think that Google will start using drones to sort of supplement Google Earth?
They might.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like I actually just had my pictures updated because I forgot that I had seen the Google car, but as soon as it rolled by, I put my hand up and got into the picture.
I saw that picture you posted.
Well, I was talking about flying drones.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is you could just set it on like an autonomous route, and basically you'd be able to do it without having a human or a car. So I could definitely see them doing it. Although that camera rig is pretty heavy duty.
Well, I know that.
Then you don't get the street view.
Well, no, they're not the same. You'll still have the street view car. I'm just saying, in addition to that, like some drones flying around taking pictures of like high traffic neighborhoods that people really want to see a lot of. Because currently, the satellite video view that you have of most neighborhoods is actually provided by a plane flying over and taking pictures periodically. But you could get a lot closer and a lot more high detail with the drone. You could just like program it to do a sweep and then go back to charge and do another sweep. And I don't know how long range you could make it, but maybe it's just as good to do the plane.
Well, that actually would help with a lot of different angles. Whenever I worked for the city of Windsor, our city planner had to figure out basically the height of everything in the town based on all these different images that they took from the sides of town. So if you had a drone going out and getting that sort of information, you could get a lot more accurate building data.
Yeah,
Which Alex is saying in the chat that drone laws have changed and are making drones stay within the eyesight of the operator. However, I would say that it's possible that eventually, like there could be like business license operation drones where they can do it automatically or things on their own. I mean,
that doesn't seem like something that'll stick very long because that really limits the utility of these things.
Yeah, and if Amazon wants to do their thing, of course, that's a whole law thing too. So
yeah, it's going to come and change, and it'll be really interesting. Drone tech is definitely one of the fields. Like we were talking about, what's the future on like the last bonus podcast, I think, and that's definitely one of the things that's going to be changed the most in our lifetimes. Yeah. Like I keep thinking about how cool it would be for an office, like if they were just able to be like, oh, we're out of this. Like I'm just going to send this over to to Office Depot real quick, get our supplies, and have it come back. Just a bunch of like little easy things that are fun to do and really convenient to do.
And shipping is just getting so ridiculous now. Anyway, as far as like cheaper and cheaper, and I think people are just being conditioned to free shipping. That I think it's going to continue to go that way, and with or without drones. I'm waiting for Joe to give me the ready sign because I don't want to hop off until he's about going to be on. So.
And just one more reminder to you guys, we are doing this for Extra Life, for the charity. We've raised over $500 today. We thank you all for your kind donations. It really means a lot to us that you've been able to dig that deep in your pockets and give to these kids. Like the Children's Miracle Network and Children's Hospital do absolutely incredible things. They help so many families out, and we're happy that we get to do this. Even as stressful and crazy as it gets, we're having a good time, and we're just glad that we get to share with you.
Yeah, and by the way, don't forget to be on a little bit later tonight. If you're like up at night and you're like, I don't have anything to do, and you want to watch two people go absolutely nuts, Joe and Tony are going to be up playing through the night with this.
We have a 8-hour push starting at midnight my time. I know, at 10 o'clock my time. So that is a pretty rough one, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And around that 3 a.m. or once it hits 3 a.m., it becomes 2 a.m. again because of the daylight savings time, so that'll be a lot of fun to watch. I might actually seek out that clip in particular and try to watch the clock, but we'll see how it goes. It's a 25-hour stream today because of daylight savings time. We're glad that we got to spend a little more time with you guys. Join us in Minecraft coming up next.
Hey,
be
just
sure
a
to check
second.
out Comic Noobs.
Wait. Don't hit end. Joe said he didn't set the robot intern up. If we give him 5 more minutes, he can get the robot intern up for the time lapse. Do we want to do that?
I'm fine with getting the time lapse up. Kevin, do you have 5 minutes?
Let's talk HSX.
All right.
I
made $310,000 today.
110. Wow, you must have been like heavy in the Doctor Strange.
310.
Oh wow, I'm at 50. I thought I was doing good at 50,000.
Yeah, no, I have 30,000 shares of Doctor Strange.
I have only 6, so that's my problem. So for those of you who don't know, HSX is a website where you can buy fake shares of fake money on movies and stuff. And Doctor Strange did pretty good this week. Should I sell, do you think, or like ride it out?
Doctor Strange, it's gonna on Sunday. I think it's gonna adjust to like 28 or 228. So
maybe I should buy even like I should buy a lot more then. I should sell my what is this stock that I have?
They're like $200 a piece though. So it's but they'll be plus $10. So you'll make like 5% on them.
What about the call?
You can't buy the call anymore.
Right. Okay.
They shut those down.
I bought a lot of it. I bought as max of that, 20,000.
Yeah.
How are you this week, Tony? Did you get anything?
I actually haven't really been on this week. I know that I'm over 5 million total, which is really nice, but that's mostly whenever I hear you guys talking about things, I'm like, well, I have cash money to throw at this.
I like seeing the the movie funds tick up. I've gotten comics and Disney. Disney's doing real good for me, but
good.
Fox as well.
Yeah, when those reset, I maxed out every single movie fund, just like have max shares of all of them.
That's a good call because those things they just consistently go up. I've been doing these star bonds based on the adjustments, and you got to do put a little bit of time into finding like which ones are gonna adjust. But you can make a shitload of money on them sometimes.
Yeah, I've looked into that, but it's just like I was looking at like, okay, what was this person last in? Like, I think the last ones that adjusted were all 5 movies, but I couldn't find one that was like a major change except for the one you put me on for Toby Johnson.
Yeah, Natalie Portman on Tuesday will be the big one. I think she's going to drop like $8 or something, so it's not going to be.
It's not a lot though.
It's not massive like the other ones.
And even with that one, I maxed him out, and I didn't. I mean, I did okay, but
there's a couple of big ones going next week where there are a bunch of trying to think who they are. Yeah, Dakota Fanning is a big one. Rachel Weisz
get dropped for the Neon Demon because that didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah, no, they're going to drop.
Or that's Elle Fanning. I'm thinking of. Sorry.
All the ones I'm talking about are going to be shorts because there's a bunch of like limited release ones that made like $1 million delisting with big stars.
Right.
And so their tags are going to adjust downward quite a bit. I think the big one is going to be Anna Kendrick. And she's gonna drop huge for some for like the Hollers or something.
Joe is ready for this, so I think it's time for us to end our broadcast. Joe is not here. Al, finish it. My brain just stopped.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Again, please donate if you have anything at all spare to give. That would sure be great. And stick around. We've got a lot more streaming left to do up until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yep. Thank you.